Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. Tomorrow night is going to be a huge night for professional sports fans out there. Tomorrow is you got both of your NFC and AFC championship football games. Honestly, in my mind, the way I've always remembered it is they've always split those up to where one game was on Saturday and one game was on Sunday. I don't know when they changed that up, but this is the first year that honestly I've realized it. But tomorrow's big game is going to be the Colts against the Patriots, the AFC Championship game. Lots of eyes on there. Brady versus Luck. Fox Sports and Fox Sports 1. They both of these guys knocked it out of the park, and they got the best hand-delivered schedule that they could do because UFC had already booked UFC Fight Night 59 for Boston that night with the headliner of Conor McGregor, the huge Ireland MMA star, and to be honestly and true, my favorite UFC fighter there is. There's been a lot of guys that when I watch their fights, I'm like, this is the best fighter going. I really like this guy, and maybe a week later down the road, I honestly have forgotten their name, and it's not till the next time I see them or I'm getting ready for a fight, I'll watch one of my old videos that I watched about them and realize the things that I liked about him. But Conor McGregor really sticks out to me. He's a guy that honestly says anything and everything that's on his mind. He's not afraid to call out anything that's going down. In my mind, he's like a mixture of 1980s Ric Flair. If you can remember him walking in to UFC 178 when he fought against Dustin Poirier, he was wearing the Ric Flair glasses. He had the white suit on. He was looking to the nines, dude, and he reminds me a lot of Sheamus, the WWE fighter. Not one of my favorite guys, but just one of those badass dudes inside of the ring. And, oh, big old chops. He gets in there. You know that he's not afraid of getting hit. And basically, the times he gets into the ring with other big guys, whether it's Big Show or Mark Henry, those guys are basically just going to hit the hell out of each other and give you, every dollar's worth that you're going for. Conor McGregor is a guy that honestly I like because honestly, in my mind, he already has his next 2 years in UFC already booked out. Basically, he knows that if he wins this fight against Dennis Siver at Fight Night 59, he's going to be moving on. Headlining one of the big UFC pay-per-views, more than likely one of the Las Vegas MGM Grand shows, fighting against Jose Aldo. Of course, that's going to be for the featherweight championship. Once he wins the featherweight, I can honestly see him moving on and moving up to the lightweight division, going after Anthony Pettis. This is going to be a great fight because this is Ireland versus Russia. Two big dudes that just go out there and just want to beat the hell out of each other. Dennis Siver is no pushover. Dennis Siver has a past with steroids, and he's not what he once was. But he is a guy that has beat a lot of names in UFC, and it's not going to be... and it's not going to be easy, even though that you walk in as Conor McGregor, you've won your last 2 fights by TKOs in the first round. Basically, he's called out Dennis Siver, telling him that he's going to beat him in under a minute again. That's the same way that Dustin Poirier went down. That's the same way that I believe Briato. It was something like that. And that was the fight that was from Ireland at UFC Fight Night 46 back in the day. That was the awakening that I saw of Conor McGregor. But tomorrow is going to be a very good fight. He's a very, very explosive fighter. He's going to be coming all out, and he's basically just going to back up what his mouth has said, that he is the best fighter in UFC, and he's going to take it by storm, and he wants that championship. He wants a shot at Jose Aldo. This is something that after UFC, he thought that he was going to be able to get that shot. If you go back to the Aldo fight, when Aldo fight against Mendez, that was Aldo versus Mendez 2, basically... I think Conor was basically trying to tell Dana White and UFC to book him for one of the shows in one of the main event slots. Basically, he already had told his management to buy tickets to fly him and his crew to the show because that's where they were going to be fighting at, and they needed to be booked up and have the best rooms and flights that they could do. Hopefully, somebody got word to the manager, and I believe those tickets weren't purchased, but it's a funny backstory about Conor McGregor just trying to push himself into those championship fights. Some people say he's not ready, but I honestly think he's one of the biggest stars in UFC, and you gotta put your money behind where your mouth is and see what goes down.